Hey, Flash family. Welcome back to the Flashpoint podcast, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things related to the CW's Flash. I am Jay Hellfire, 1/4 of the Jay Yerg Firestorm Matrix, because we're all Jay at this point, apparently.
I guess.
And joining me, as always, is
Kelly. Hey.
Oh, this was a doozy of a hiatus cliffhanger, no?
Yeah. Well, at least you got your wish.
Yes, I did. Up for discussion today is episode 215, King Shark. It was written by Benjamin Robb and Derek A. Hughes. It was directed by Hanel Culpepper. I love that last name. That's an awesome last name. So yeah, we got we had 3,800,000 people watching. Flash continues to be just a ratings monster on the CW, and for that, I am happy.
It would be a rating Sharknado this week.
I love the references in this episode. It was awesome.
So today we have to rate the episode on the Vegeta scale, don't we?
That would be awesome. So how about that synopsis?
Well, Cisco and Barry agree not to discuss what happened on Earth 2. What happens on Earth 2 stays on Earth 2. For fear of repercussions, which is shocking. While everyone tries to move on, the humanoid shark monster that Will stopped, known as King Shark, escapes Argus custody and heads for Central City to kill the Flash. Kill Flash. John Diggle and Lila Michaels arrive to warn Barry, which prompts him to look for King Shark and put a stop to him for good. Barry teams up with Diggle. I almost said Giggle. Lila and the rest of Argus to track King Shark, but he shows up at Barry's home looking for the Flash, tracking Barry's electrical field. Argus arrives and forces King Shark to retreat. The teams attempt to trick King Shark into a trap, but the bait does not work. Barry forces King Shark to chase him out onto the water. When he is far enough, he creates an electrified underwater cyclone, more Sharknado, that subdues King Shark and allows Argus to imprison him again. Later, Barry vows to open a breach back to Earth 2 to stop Zoom. Back on Earth 2, it's revealed that under his mask, Zoom looks exactly like Jay.
I'm Zoom, you're Zoom, he's Zoom, she's Zoom, we're all Zoom.
Who's zooming who?
And a boom boom. Yeah. This episode was like very what's the word for emotionally downtrodden, I guess. Like everybody was very emotionally subdued and it made sense. But it was kind of weird that we were in this emotional state and then have to deal with the ridiculousness that is King Shark.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you completely.
I love that juxtaposition. Somehow the Flash managed to make it work.
Yes. it was really odd.
I was like, okay, we're getting Diggle and Lila. Okay.
Yes.
I was really excited about that. I was kind of bummed that they didn't have more team interaction because honestly, you could take Argus and Diggle and Lila out and the episode would still have kind of the same outcome.
Yeah.
But it was just nice. It was like an extra bonus.
Yes.
And I like that they're showing that Lila is nothing like Amanda Waller.
Right.
But I have a feeling that is Chekhov's undercover secret headquarters kind of thing. I feel like that's gonna bite us in the butt eventually.
Yes.
So what did you think of this episode?
I thought it was really I felt like the characters were more in character this episode.
That's always good.
Yeah,
especially coming off a doppelganger episode.
Yeah, and I loved Caitlin, kind of, she was sulky and she should be sulky. You know what I'm saying? She was really upset. She should have been. And a lot of times we don't see that in the Flash. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like people forget that they should be sad or something. I don't know.
It's because we time jump through that stuff for the most part. Yeah. Every single time. I think this is the first time that we've actually kind of are dealing with that fallout on the Flash, kind of, sort of.
Which is good because we need that.
Yes.
But I loved how Caitlin got Cisco because that was just great. I mean,
As a person who had anemia as a young child and their hands were always cold, I just have to say, cold hands, warm heart.
Yes. Yes. I cold hands too when I play. Very cold hands.
Yeah, me too. Takes a lot out of you playing the cello.
Yes, it does. That it does.
I'm glad that we're kind of back to Caitlin. I love her and Cisco finally getting back to what it was before the whole Wells aboard fiasco.
Yes. Wells aboard Thawne.
Oh yeah, it's a mess. I like that Diggle told Oliver, because he was acting like Oliver with the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Yes.
2 worlds to be exact.
Yes, at least, yes.
So that was good advice. I did enjoy that part from Diggle, because that's what Diggle used to be for Oliver before Felicity came along. And occasionally he still does it, but usually it involves alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that that we've got okay. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. Joe's son.
Oh, Wally.
Wally. Yeah, sorry. Wally brought up the fact that, okay, do you guys not find this completely ridiculous that a shark just broke apart your house?
Apparently Wally doesn't watch the news.
Well, but still, I mean, their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just completely take it in stride like nothing's wrong. You know, there's something weird about that. He's going to be figuring this out pretty quick.
Yeah, they went out of their way to let us know that Wally is in fact very smart, and he could be part of the science bros at his Star Labs. Apparently, I think that's awesome, because I think recent iterations, especially in the cartoon animated universe, kind of left Wally as a really young punk who had a lot of growing up to do with not a lot of scientific background, which kind of is a front to the actual comic book character and its source material. So I like that we're getting back to that.
Yeah, well, and Wally kind of seems like the guy who would be designing toys. That car just kind of,
We're getting a Flashmobile.
Well, it reminded me of the '60s Batmobile.
It looked like a Tron car, right?
Yeah, it did. It did, but the whole jet engine thing and the
Yeah.
Thinking to the Batcave, Robin. Yes, exactly.
I'm glad that the whole West Allen family, they're really trying the bonding thing, and I like that they're addressing how awkward it is. I really enjoyed Joe's interactions with Wally this episode.
Yeah, and that Wally was vulnerable enough to, come out with his feelings. That was good.
Yes.
Because exactly. I mean, I had the exact same thought, that Barry is always so perfect and,
he literally walks on water.
Yeah.
I like that they made that reference. That was very funny, especially because he did it again this episode.
Exactly. So that would be hard for anybody to live up to.
I am confused about the whole, because I'm glad that we're mentioning open up the breaches again, because I'm like, Wells from Earth 2 and Jesse just can't stick around. Our Star Labs is really crowded at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not that I don't love having Tom Cavanaugh, but I would rather have a smaller cast and have everybody get the attention that they deserve than an overstuffed cast where it ends up like Arrow and everybody gets one moment to shine per season.
Right. I hear you.
So, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing with them. I mean, they're making it a point of, well, if they rid Earth to a Zoom, then obviously they can go back home.
Right.
But then we don't have Tom Cavanaugh in season 3.
What about Earth 3?
That's no. Crime Syndicate. I don't want to do Earth 3. I'm scared to do Earth 3.
I know. Earth 7.
We can skip directly to like Earth M or something like that. Yeah, not Earth 3. I'm not ready for Earth 3.
I was gonna say Earth 7.
Yes, something like that, definitely. But yeah, that's the only thing that I really am curious about. I like that we brought in another smart female, Jessie.
Yes.
I totally ship her with Cisco already. Sorry, Lisa Snart.
Well, her dad needs a foil.
And I thought it would be Cisco, so that's why I think they're definitely going to end up together for a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be funny, actually.
Yes.
Because you know they're going to wind up in the Lego Room of Requirement.
Eventually.
Yeah.
That's going to come back into play. I honestly don't know how we're going to stop Zoom. I don't know why we needed that. I mean, I know why we needed the cliffhanger for, show business reasons, but I don't know why, we needed that. There was just something to keep us going for the 4 weeks that we're gone. That was rude. I'm sorry. This felt like this was the episode that they were supposed to come back on, though, didn't it? With all the in the beginning of the episode, with all the with the monologue and the prologue and all that.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I like how they changed it up, though.
See, I think they were gonna do it how they did it last year, but in reverse, where Arrow was on a week without the Flash. Because Arrow totally felt like, okay, yeah, this is where we should end for now. Whereas the Flash, they should have definitely, with the Earth 2 thing, them coming back and Jay dying, that felt like more of a bigger cliffhanger than answering the question,
Yes. Agreed. Yeah, that was just really, wow.
My heart sank. I was just like, at this point, I'd rather it be Henry Allen. Because, I mean, it kind of makes sense because they've kind of forced these tertiary bonds of Jay being in the background and things. And he's not really living up to the golden age, standard that we were expecting. And so I think that is a decent enough twist, but...
Well, that's why I wonder if it's Henry Allen in the mask.
I think it's another Jay.
It could. But then why would he say Jay? Why?
Me, Jay.
Yeah.
You, Barry.
Exactly. Why wouldn't he said,
Who knows? I mean, why was he using the POW not code when he could have just drew, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Convenient plot point is convenient.
Yes.
At this point. But I trust them. We were all kind of disappointed at first with the Wells Board reveal. Well, not the Wells Board reveal, but when we just thought it was just, oh yeah, okay, Harry Wells is Reverse Flash. And then it was like, no, he was in a meat suit the whole time. I trust the writers on that. So I definitely think it's going to be some cray-cray. Get out your glass mystery board and get some red string out kind of thing.
We'll have the murder board.
Yes.
In the studio. We should totally have the murder board in the studio.
We need a murder board. We haven't seen a murder board in a while.
Yes.
I do want to remind you guys that if you are on Tumblr, or even if you aren't, you guys should definitely be checking out the CiscoChronicles.tumblr.com. It is a lot of cool little tidbits that you would miss. I've been catching up on it, and it's getting really good, and it's really funny, and it's extra content. So I just wanted to throw that out over this long hiatus that we have.
Yay.
What's the last thing you read on the Cisco Chronicles of Cisco?
I have no idea. It's been a long time.
Well, they stopped updating for a while, and then about, I think, 6 weeks back, they started again.
Yeah, it's been a while because, well...
Yeah, you're busy.
I can't imagine why I'd be busy.
Oh, fiance, child, work,
2 children,
podcasts,
wedding, parents,
life. We basically just summed up life.
And ham license and...
Okay, geeky life.
Yes, geeky life.
So I loved all the Jaws references, obviously.
Sure, and Sharknado.
Yes. Oh my God, Joe. We got a Kool-Aid Man reference in The Flash, something I never thought was going to happen. Because that's more of a Family Guy thing. I was like, I think that the audience definitely needs somebody like Wally who's not in the know right now. Yeah. To make a sense of, to be the voice of reason. Really, you're not phased, you're nonplussed at this point, really.
Exactly. That's what I loved about him. It's just like, okay, a giant shark just broke down your house and you're not freaked out.
And it also forces the writers to address Barry's flaws, and I thought they did that very fantastically in this episode.
Yes.
And they had Barry admitting it.
Yeah.
Which a lot of heroes don't do. You have the outside characters doing that. But this was the Barry that I love. This was so close to the Barry from the comics and the Barry from later in the Justice League animated cartoons.
Yes.
Where he just takes, to heart all these things that happen to him. And I really liked that they had Jay's helmet in a little lucite box.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. We're going to have like the little thing how Arrow has it now.
Yeah, well, it's to honor him, kind of a museum kind of. Maybe that's the first exhibit to be installed in the museum.
Yes. I heard that we were going to see that damn museum. I don't think it's this season. I think it's definitely going to be next season because I know we're going to have, well, it's the Flash, so I know we're going to have more time travel shenanigans.
Cool.
But I think it actually would be a perfect time right now where Barry is in his state of mind to see a Flash museum to remind him of all the good that he has done and that he will go on to do. I think that is something he needs right now.
Yeah, kind of like the the episode of Doctor Who.
Oh, with Vincent Van Gogh.
Van Gogh, yes.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes.
If you ever want to cry, bro, that is one of the episodes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. I definitely I think Barry needs to remember that. I'm really interested how we're going to stop Zoom, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at episode 15, so we got 8 more episodes to go. So
yeah,
2 more arcs.
maybe they need to come up with some super adhesive.
But
no, I'm serious.
Just get a banana peel. We're bringing Grad back. Grad is Zoom confirmed. Oh, we can't even do the Zoom is confirmed jokes anymore.
Oh, man.
Oh, but I heard Grad was going to be a major player in next season. So maybe Grad does kind of sort of help.
Well, Grad would be mad at Zoom.
Exactly.
Because, Zoom kind of lied.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we do get a banana peel.
It'd be fun. It'd be really fun to have Grad capture Zoom and take him up to the top of, Stark Tower or whatever.
Did you just say Stark Tower?
I know. But you know what I'm saying. Palmer Tech or whatever.
Smoke. It's Smoke Tech.
Oh, it's Smoke.
Hashtag Legends of Tomorrow reference.
Well, you can tell I'm a little behind on Legends, huh?
Oh, you need to get caught up while we're on this break, sister.
I will.
So good. Episode 5 and 6 are so freaking good.
I have them all on my DVR. I just haven't had time to sit and watch. I'm lucky if I get in Flash and Arrow right now. So
yes, you need to make time while we have this break. They are so good. So let's just talk about who we thought was our favorite character.
Oh, good. Excuse me. I gotta give it to Wally.
Me too. God, it's gonna be one of those episodes.
Oh, I loved. I loved Barry getting real. I loved, all that. But Wally, he just he surprises me.
Yeah.
It was nice to be surprised, and it was nice to hear somebody saying the stupid stuff that we think.
Yes.
Hello.
It just goes to show that these writers really do know how to turn around a character. Because it was a visceral reaction to Wally the first couple of times, and
yes,
Wally is a beloved character, and he is not the Ginger that people wanted. So I thought it was really kind of a risky move, but they're really bringing the character on, and I appreciate it.
Yes.
Best character interaction.
Oh goodness, Caitlin and Cisco.
That is my second pick. It goes to Joe and Wally because, okay, we all know that Jesse and Grant bring it, but Jesse just elevates everybody he's in a scene with, and yeah. I love him, and I just couldn't imagine the show without him.
Oh no, he definitely is just integral to the cast. Absolutely.
I like that we have an older person that is relevant and not just kind of in the background. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I like that we're not at the Larry Lance Quentin situation where it's just hey, don't know what to do with you. Here, have a love interest. So yeah. Do you have any favorite lines?
Oh goodness, yes. Hold on, let me pull those up here. Hey, Dig, how's that helmet treating you? Could use some improvements. I'll get to work on it. Little harsh. I was being direct. Let's see here.
I think my favorite one is at the beginning at the aquarium, at the Argus Aquarium, where they're like, it looks like Bruce went belly up, because not only is it a reference to Jaws, it's a reference to Shark Tale, which actually took its inspiration because Bruce was the name of the mechanical Jaws.
Well, and Bruce is the name of the shark in Nemo too.
Oh wait, is that what I'm mixing it up with?
It's Nemo.
So many animated fish tales. Fish Tales was another one. Okay, yeah, there we go, Nemo. Yeah, that was really cute.
I don't suppose my homeowner's insurance covers a Sharknado attack.
No. Although technically, no, metahumans aren't even an act of God because it was created by science. So good luck with that.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the suburbs, King Shark shows up at your house.
Yes. Do you have a favorite moment?
I loved Caitlin pranking Cisco. Just loved it. That's
my favorite. And then my next one is Barry honoring Jay with the helmet in the lucite box.
That was cool.
So, let's see. That's all we have for you guys today. It's a pretty quick episode because I'm in a rush. So,
we gotta rate it on the Fujita scale.
Oh, yeah, we need it. I'm not rating on the Fujita scale. But we do want to give the grade.
Yes. I'm going to give this one a B+.
I gave it an A-. We're not too far apart. But I was really happy that, like I said, I've been worrying about the show, and it seems like they're back on the upswing again. And
yes,
we're back to mystery and intrigue, and there was tons of action, and the special effects were awesome. And
a crossover that actually kind of felt organic. It didn't feel like it was forced, which was nice.
That is true. That is always nice. I don't mind the crossovers, organic or inorganic. So, anytime the Arrow characters show up on another spinoff, they always are just better.
Yes.
Because, they're only given so much time, and so they have to make them shine. It's like you want to make people interested that aren't watching Arrow to want to watch. And so that's why I really enjoy them either way.
Yes.
So, shameless plugs.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and about everywhere else that matters at SuperSquint. That's SuperSquint. If you're really geeky, you can find me on Ham Radio at Kilo Niner Foxtrot Tango Zulu. And you can hear me on Before the Bat with Phil and Tyler. And, of course, on Queen Consolidated with the lovely Miss Lilith on our Southgate Media podcast.
Awesome. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. If you want to find this podcast on Twitter, you can find us at Flashpoint_SMG. Our email is flashpoint.smg@gmail.com. And, of course, our Facebook is facebook.com/The Flashpoint Podcast. We look forward to hearing you. Just a quick reminder to rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcatcher service of choice.
Make sure you download, please.
Because streaming doesn't count. Just a quick reminder, we're available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Lisbon.com. So, it won't be next Tuesday before you know it because we're on a hiatus break. But I think we're going to do some soundtrack stuff, so we might just be
back in a flash.